Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
Thanks for being along on the fear-busting journey.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about what made you interested in doing the fear-busting course.
I became interested in doing the fear-busting course by getting more aware of the things that scare me and being able to confront them.
Can you give us an example of something you noticed that scares you?
Saying no to people is scary.
Oh, that's awesome. And saying it's awesome because every client I've worked with, I've had to give the homework assignment of saying no to something and yes to you. Fabulous. So this is going to be great. So we're going to go ahead and run through the first exercise this week. And the first one is, what would you do if you weren't afraid?
I would make time for myself. I would take more risks. I would learn new things and try new things. And I would meet new people.
Of those four things, which one of those four feels the most uncomfortable?
Probably taking more risks and meeting new people.
Very cool. If you were true to yourself, what would you do?
I would put myself out there. I would put the things that I care about out there.
What is one of those things that you care about that you'd put out there?
My art.
That's really super cool because we just released the Moxie shirt, so that's super cool. So the number one regret from those who are dying is they did not live a life true to themselves, that they lived a life true to others. So it sounds like that's what you're talking about yourself. Tell me a little bit more about the artwork and putting it out yourself.
I think it's really hard to be able to say, wow, I'm really happy with how this turned out and I really want other people to see this too. And so I think the thing that I struggle with is saying, hey, look at this, get excited about this with me. It's hard to think of the risk of people not liking it and the risk of people denying it.
Very interesting. So if that was the focus of this next 30 days of your boot camp, of that piece, what would be different in a month? If you really embraced that fear and really worked on it, doesn't mean you're necessarily going to master it 100%, but that you worked on it and you made progress. What would be different in a month?
I would be able to take pride in the things that I do and keep doing them without resilience.
What would it look like? What would look different in a month?
I would be presenting the Moxie shirts. I would be working on my prints and showing people them. I would be signing up for galleries.
And what would sound different? Like, what would you be saying or what wouldn't you be saying?
I wouldn't be saying the but as much, like, oh, this is cool, but like it only took me this long. I wouldn't be sort of minimizing my language.
I'm glad that you have the awareness of the minimizing. It's great. And what would feel different?
I think I'd feel more excited about the things I do. I think I'd be more dedicated to them as well.
Where do you feel that in your body, like as far as that excitement and that commitment?
I feel it in my stomach, like I get all excited and I get like little knots in my stomach because I get nervous about sharing things, but it's in a good way.
So it sounds like the number one fear you're going to work on is showing your artwork, showing the real you through your art. Is that right? Or how would you say it?
The fear I'm going to work on is putting myself out there by putting the things that I do out there.
I love that because it could be more than your art as well, or different than your art. So that goes right into our next Moxie challenge. So for the next week, you're going to be focusing on that fear, thinking about what will be different in a month, and every day you're going to do something that scares you just a little bit. And so thinking of that, what is one thing you're going to do today that's going to scare you a little bit, but also focus on that fear?
I'm going to make a new type of print in my printmaking class. And I think that'll push me to think more of the different things that I can be doing.
And can I stretch you a little bit?
Of course.
I want you to think of 3 different ways when you're working on the print today that you could stretch yourself, and then choose one that you'll focus on. Not all 3, but choose one of those. Okay. And for the rest of you out there, you can download your Moxie board that will help you to keep track of your Moxie challenge, the assignments, and be sure to participate in the discussion. And until next time, Moxie on.